Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Paul's Cinema Picks of the Week. I am your host, Brantford's film enthusiast Paul Westbrook. I'm not wearing my film enthusiast shirt, though. You probably notice I'm going old school, so I got the Paul's Cinema Picks official t-shirt that I've been wearing today. And yes, last night was a very, very exciting time for me. It was the first time I ever did a interview, which I was unfortunately not able to film because of copyright issues with the theater. But I interviewed the manager of the theater, Mike Cripps. Yes, I want to make sure I got his name right, Mike Cripps. And he is the manager for Galaxy Cinemas, which is here in Brantford, Ontario. So if you ever want to go see a good movie and that, go out to Brantford Mall area where the Walmart is, and there's the big cinema thing called Galaxy Cinemas. And you get to see it there. Have you ever been to Galaxy Cinemas before, Seth?
Once.
You went once?
Mm-hmm.
Good, and they played a lot of good shows there. So, anyway, let's get to some of the questions. I actually asked him a series of questions yesterday when I did the interview. I went inside. It was around 6 o'clock. We were going to go see Argyle, and asked Mike to do an interview. So I got the chance to do the interview, and I copied some notes in here that I will be referencing throughout the show here. And, let's get started. It says, of course, the interview was with Mike Cripps, and the interviewer was me, Paul Westbrook, Brantford's film enthusiast. And the first question I asked him was, how long has he been involved with Galaxy Cinemas, like as the manager or whatnot, like in the business? And Mike told me that he'd been involved in it for 38 years. So he goes way back, like to the Odeon and the Capitol Theater.
Mm-hmm.
Because Mike is the third generation operator. Like his father and grandfather, they were both of them were projectionists. And his father worked at the Odeon Theater, which is downtown.
Used to be downtown.
And the Odeon, it's on Market Street. And Mike's grandfather worked at the Capitol Theater, which is now the Sanderson Center, right across from Harmony Square. That was the Capitol Theater back in the day. That's where I actually got to see my first movie, believe it or not, Charlotte's Web. And Mike's father, I believe, was a grandfather. Were actually involved, like with the Breezes Drive-In and the Esquire in 1955. So this goes way back. Like I said, Mike is the third generation. So, his lineage of being involved in theater in some capacity goes way back through all the generations, back to 1955. And Mike actually told me, he was telling me last night, he told about the old Lyceum Lyric Theater. I got it here, the old Lyric Theater. We weren't really sure where that is, but it was a theater that Mike had actually remembered talking about, so he wanted to expound on that. And then I went to another question here. I said, what's your most memorable moment as the general manager of Galaxy? And you know what he said? Opening night. Now, the Galaxy Cinemas itself, as it currently is, originally, when it was Woolco, there was like Cinema 1, 2, and 3. And the opening night was in 2008. And I asked him what the movie was, and he said to me it was Quantum of Solace with Daniel Craig as James Bond. So that was the first movie that he did for the opening night at the theater. And because they'd opened up the new Galaxy Cinema around 2008, because I remember it had been Cinema 1, 2, and 3. And we'd gone there for the longest time. That was the theater, like in Woolco. You went to Woolco and all that. So when they took the Woolco down, they moved it over to its current location, and then built a whole new, bigger capacity cinema, which was which is now Galaxy Cinemas. And yes, the company Mike worked with was Cineplex, like the Cineplex theater. So Galaxy Cinema is affiliated with the Cineplex theater company, like the theater organization, and I believe it's based, I'm not sure if it's Toronto or Ottawa, one of the two, but it's very, very well known in the main theater that organization that we have here today, the main movie theater organization that is. And I asked him, okay, next question was good or bad memories. Did you have any good, bad memories? And he said the best memory that he ever had was meeting his wife at the Odeon Theater. That's where he met his wife. So Mike actually got to meet the love of his life while going to a show. So he was at the Odeon, and I guess that's how he met his wife. And Mike used to work with his dad because, like I said, his dad was a projectionist there. So his dad had projected movies like Jaws and different classic movies, Blade Runner, Aliens, all the different type of movies that we went to see. And Mike's dad was a projectionist, and Mike was the one that actually tried to help his dad a lot, and that way Mike was able to get his experience. In theater, so now he's able to parlay that to a new group of people today. And I said to Mike once, have you ever snuck into a theater? I actually asked him this once about sneaking into the theater to see a show. And he says, nope, because his dad worked there, so he got free admission. Of course, he had to pay for the food, but at the same time he still had to pay for the food, but at the same time he got the free admission, so he was able to go in whenever he wanted and watch the shows and stuff. And I asked him, have you ever had any celebrity guests? And he said to me, well, at the showcase, Burlington, Jim Carrey actually showed up. And Graham Greene at Brantford Mall Cinema 3 at Graham Greene actually came to see a show there. So Mike was mentioning about seeing Graham Greene. I saw Jim Carrey. Don't think he talked to him though. He just happened to see him there. And I said to him, for the 8th question, I put goals. What are your goals for the future? What do you really want to do for your future? And he said, I want to stay in the theater business till retirement. So we're going to be stuck with Mike for a long time, which is a good thing. Mike, we love you. We're glad to have you there. The theater business wouldn't be the same without you. You're a good friend. And yes, keep on bringing the movies, bringing in the good refreshments, the popcorn, the pop, whatever we get, and we'll enjoy you for many more years to come. And favorite concession, his favorite, M&M peanuts, chocolate candy. Mike likes M&M. You don't like M&M peanuts?
No teeth.
Well, no. But
peanuts.
Did you ever used to eat the M&Ms?
Didn't like them. I like M&Ms, yeah.
M&Ms are always good. Yeah, that's what M&M
peanuts is. Nah.
No, it's peanut chocolate candy. It's like you get the one in the yellow packages. It's like
I know one.
That's the kind that Mike liked.
No.
That was his favorite. And of course, I liked his final question. The top customer at Galaxy Cinema, Paul Westbrook, Brantford's Film Institute. So see, he even gave me the good nod at the end, so I was able to be the top customer because I remember entering a contest, and I actually got to be top customer at Brantford Cinemas. I was actually voted that. So to this day, sorry, Ron. I know you say you're a movie buff, and the paper told you, but the computer told me that I was the top customer at Galaxy Cinemas. So, yeah, the interview went great. It was tremendous. Mike was very professional. He said it was all done professionally, very professionally done. And he said, and of course people thought I was doing a job to get, like doing an interview to get a job there. But no, I said, no, it's an interview for the show that we're doing. So yeah, I wanted to pay a little tribute to Mike here by doing that. Mike, you're a tremendous guy, and we love you. You're a really good person, and glad that you're able to have Tammy, Gino, and I go and bug you whenever we can. Nah, just kidding. No, we actually like seeing the shows, and yeah, Mike and I voted Oppenheimer as the top movie for the best Oscars. It's going to be the best movie this year. It's called Oppenheimer.
Never heard of it. I don't watch a lot of TV.
Cillian Murphy, and yeah, we'll be voting for the Oscars this year, and I voted Oppenheimer. Mike voted Oppenheimer, and yes, I want to give a shout out to Nash, and Nash is a really good guy that I know there as well, and like working with him, seeing him when he's there, and of course there's Mike, my good buddy, and I'm trying to remember the name of the other guy that was there. But I couldn't really remember his name, so I'll have to mention that in a future video. So, yeah, that's a little bit of a tribute to Mike Cripps and Galaxy Cinemas. And remember to like and subscribe to the channel below, and to let us know what you thought of the show. Let us know what you think of any past shows, and we always like to hear that.
So suggestions for new.
Yes, we want suggestions for new shows. Like, we want to change the format a little bit, so we're trying to do that as well. So we want to do some changes and then go from there. But for now, this is Paul Westbrook, Barefoot Film Enthusiast, reminding you, I said like and subscribe, so I'll say this, I'll be seeing you at the movies. Bye for now.